Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal FC fan. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
Whoa. That is all I care about, but we move.
That is shambolic behavior. I'm joined by Ernie as well, a Manchester United fan.
Nasty stuff, man. Nah.
That's crazy behavior. The Europa League anthem.
Shout out expressions every time he does it.
Yes, people, welcome back to the Top 4 podcast, guys. It's been one hell of a weekend, bank holiday weekend for the masses, as you can tell. But I want to get your first of all, how are you guys? Let's crack on with that. Robinho, talk to me. How are you?
I'm tired.
I said if it was the non-United fans, there would be no therapy session, but because us two are, how are you?
Nah, I'm just letting the mass. I just want to see what the mass are saying. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's happening?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. That is the actual answer. I'm just tired. It's a very long month ahead. Not just football, just in life. That's all it is.
In life as well. Ernie, what are you telling me, man? What's going on? What's popping?
I'm good, and it's like one thing I'm grateful for the United Kingdom is that we get bank holidays. God of heaven.
Oh yeah.
I slept today.
Many as well. we have a lot. Like we've had Easter weekend, we've had the first week in May. The last weekend in May is another one. We get one in August. It's like it's crazy.
We get one in August. I might forget like Christmas Day and Boxing Day are both bank holidays. Yeah. And then if you want to be technical, the first day of the year is a bank holiday.
Yeah.
Like I'm grateful for someone who's self-employed. I need these days.
Yeah.
Lazy, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
No,
yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, man. I was in the office 7 a.m.
You was in the office at 7 a.m.
Yep.
That's why you're knackered. Flipping out. When did you finish?
Yeah. No, I finished at 4:30. Then went gym.
What, banging and clanging? Just
you have to get it. You have to get it in.
Is a hilarious phrase.
Banging and clanging.
Listen, it's a great phrase The Rock once used. That it's never left my memory since. I must admit, guys. What was your highlight of the week or surprise of the week?
Honestly, the only thing that made me happy this week was Harry Kane. He won his title.
Why does that make you happy?
To him. Because he deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah,
he deserves it. Well done to Harold.
He deserves.
Listen,
I was glad
he's left Tottenham, isn't it?
He left Tottenham.
He's left Tottenham.
Do you know what? He left Tottenham, yeah? And I thought, all right, cool, go ahead and win your trophy. He then didn't win it in his first year. Hilarious. It was the Tottenham doesn't leave him. It just doesn't leave him.
Has it left him now?
He left. Look, he has a league title.
They're playing RB Leipzig and they still don't win the league, right? They still don't win it.
No, but we all knew when Leverkusen won it last year, it was a matter of time.
Of course, yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. So what? So what? Is he deserving of like man's like not approval, but like a little bit of praise.
Guys, he's got his trophy. He's collected his trophy. Let's allow him. Bro.
Yeah, let's allow him.
Listen, I didn't bring him up. I would leave him alone first and foremost.
I said, what's the highlight of the week? I said, you know what? Do you know what made me happy? He got his trophy. I'm happy for him.
Happy.
Why are you happy? Why are you happy?
What the hell is going on here?
Why are you happy?
Once you have left the league, I have different thoughts and feelings about you. That is my stance.
That's what we're doing.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Dave, what's going on? Hope you're good and well. What's happening? What's popping?
Same old.
Is the tunnel keeping you awake?
No. I'm on my days off. It's Arsenal that's been stressing me out, bro. Asana is doing Asana things. It's just oh gosh.
Yeah.
But I'm good. Watch some F1.
Oh, talk about it.
Let's not, because
Talk about it. What
No,
do you mean
no,
let's
no, no.
not? Talk about it.
All I'm gonna
No
say,
one.
yeah. All I'm
you
gonna
had an
say,
hour to talk about it.
all I'm gonna say, yeah, is Ferrari's having a stinker, and
Surprise.
Massive stinker.
and Verstappen is Norris's op, bruv.
Yeah.
Verstappen is Norris's op,
Facts.
mate.
Facts.
But anyway, this is football. There's nothing else.
If you want to go watch F1 and talk about the tangerines, go watch McLaren Fan TV channel.
First of all, papaya. Let's get it friggin' right.
The tangerines.
We built the rocket ship, guys. It's over. The championship is over. Just don't watch the final 20 races because we've won the title already. But yeah, anybody else highlight or surprise of the week?
What else happened in the week? Best of football happened in the week, but it wasn't
United
a surprise
3-0.
or highlight.
United 3-0. Oh my gosh.
That was a surprise. That was a surprise.
Hey, that's the top. Hey, that's a surprise.
Let's have it right. That's a big surprise. United winning 3-0 away in Europe in a
Bilbao.
semi-final.
Hey,
flipping hell. Fair play to them. Fair play to them. That I can get on board with that. That was crazy. Crazy behavior. I'm sure we'll get into that when we discuss all things Man United.
I got a highlight that I put in the group chat today. And I'm still astounded that I'm walking through the streets of Northwest 3.
Jeez.
I'm in Hampstead Heath, the Guardian. But by the way, Hampstead Heath is wham. It doesn't feel like it. I was with one of my brethren, and we linked up in Kilburn like 10, because I was in the shop today, 8:30. I had 2 clients who I had booked. Forgetting it was bank holiday, so I think I was out by 9:50.
Say no more.
Linked up in, bro. I left Kilburn before Kilburn had woken up. I was so happy, man.
Them ones.
So happy. So we linked up in at Bronsbury, 3 stops to Hampstead Heath. Get off the train, walking there. And obviously, like, it's mad seeing so many. I've not seen this many dogs in my life.
You know.
Like, white people love dogs. I knew they love but
white people.
Buddy, I saw so many dogs. No, it's nuts, bro. And they've all got the little like string vest joint, the K9 thing. You get me?
Yeah.
You can put some AK-47s on top of
ones.
It's long for you. You get me? So walking that, and then I see a bald light-skinned you with a big beard. I just my brother. I said, "Nah, that's not common." I said, "Hold on,
Sorry,
common sense is not in the ends,
nah.
bro." As the brother approaches, so he's on the other side of the roads. So you know, like if you're going towards Royal Free, Pete, that's that open bit of grass, and they usually do like art fairs. They usually So just before you get to, behind you is the pond.
Yeah.
The pond, yeah. So I'm like, Common is not in Hampstead.
He's not.
He's not in Hampstead, bro. He gets about 5 yards, 10 yards closer to me. I said, that's Common. I said, that's one of my favorite rappers in the ends. I said, no.
Mad thing.
That's not Common. Like, that's not.
Did you dab him up?
Now, you know what it is, yeah? Like, this is what I was telling Adrian. I'm a bit weird, innit? Like, I don't like bothering, man.
Oh.
So, because he's with a girl.
Okay. You can like that.
Just come from girls or somewhere. I think he's come from girls somewhere, and he's got into like a breakfast thing, and he's in deep convo. I said, "Bro, like, I used to listen to this guy on my way to school."
Flipping hell, man.
I said, "Hold on." So we finish our walk. We finish what's it called? we finished the walk. We walked for about 2.5, 3 hours. It was nice, man. Nice because Hampstead Heath is wham. Hampstead Heath is big. So when we finished, I meet one of my boys, Rex. Rex lives in Hampstead, and he was like, I said, hold on, bro, like I just saw Common. What I'm going for that? He said, no, he lives here. I said, hold on, for what? Am I the only one in the ends doesn't know this? He said, no, him, David Williams. He said, Rihanna's got a place there. John Legend's got a place in Northwest Free. Do you know what I mean? And again, like because the UK elite MC SW, and when you get to a certain like stage in your career, coming to the UK probably is incentivizes you, because like a white brother who takes his kids to private school in St. John's Wood hasn't got a Scooby who Common is. He has no clue who Common is. Maybe like if you went to Kilburn High Road, maybe like 10 years ago, like he could have walked through. Like now like Kilburn's a bit more Arab, so you have to. That is just true. Like I'm not even like the demographic. If you go to Cricklewood and Kilburn now, it doesn't look like what it was 2005, 2008, 2010. It doesn't. It's just changed. It's just changed. So like the demographic that would know him now is probably in St. Albans now, probably in South London now. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just not the same. So if you're somebody of like, they'll know who 50 is, they'll know who Kanye West is, they'll know who Drake is. But like Common is one of those like in terms of rapping, he's like B-lister, but in terms of music, Bearman don't know. And I think that benefits him in a place like that. I mean, like he could just go to flipping he can go to a breakfast joint, he can go to anywhere, he can go to Finchley Road, nobody knows who he is. And I'm like, oh, that's sick, man. Like that's my highlight of the week.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man.
Common sense was in the end.
Common sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Common, man. Big up the crew. Big up the gang.
Yo, who's got the game? Who's got the game on in the background?
Yeah, who's got the game in the background?
He's live at Stella as well.
I tried to make it subtle.
I'm like,
but let's get into the comment section. I want to shout out to the massive that have locked in as per usual. Shout out to Endo. 11 years ago today, Istanbul happened. 11 years later.
Oh, hold on. Hey, what's your brother? He gets a win and he don't turn up. Nah.
God knows where he's at. He's out there. I don't know, man. Bank holiday weekend. Oscar's nowhere to be found, mate. Let's have it right. He's low key a rat, but I wish him all the best. Also, Oscar, where does that gate smacking sound at Stamford Bridge come from? I'm actually curious.
I think it's at the front of the stand, ain't it?
Yeah, I think it's like above either the shed or Matthew Harding. I'm not sure where they actually do it from, but yeah. Shout out to Nat. Maybe SW6 can let us know. Nat says, question of the day: what's one thing that annoys you when speaking to football fans?
The number one thing?
Delusional fans, bruv. Delusional.
I wouldn't even say that, because I've just come to the point that people have wild opinions, and shout out to them. But there's something. Do you know what it is? I think it just comes, but also stems into real life. If you have an opinion, fine. But if you're not willing to listen to anyone else's opinion, that's what frustrates me. Or the other person's point of view when it comes to football. Like if you just say like I'm right and that's it, or what I say is better than yours, then you're not willing to have a conversation. That's what annoys me the most.
For me, it's the fact that people are wrong.
Like the number one thing that annoys you.
No, people are wrong. People are wrong, and they just decide that they're right. And I find that annoying. Like I don't want to talk about Trent anymore, innit? I think the conversation is boring. But to see, bruv, some of the things I've seen on Twitter today, people are saying, I retweeted something the way a man said he was going to give legend status to the first person that crunches Trent Alexander-Arnold and injures him. And he's going to regard him as a legend, like for life, regardless of what his career looks like. And I'm like, no, but you're wrong though.
So dumb.
But like you're wrong. No, but you're wrong though, because you see, like there is such a thing as like being objective. You are objectively wrong if you like Trent the Snake. No, you do. You are wrong.
Yeah,
you're wrong. Like because I don't know if you lot saw. I saw a tweet today that said that apparently Zubimendi had a loyalty issue where he felt like
it was Anfield sector. I remember.
It was Anfield, yeah, like,
man.
There's a loyalty issue where he feels like he's betraying his fan base. That's why he's thinking twice about moving to Liverpool. And I'm like, you lot were willing to chat about him coming to your club when to poach a player,
yeah,
it means you have to deal with robbing them of the ability to be loyal. Like, so how can you not have the same logic to the guy that wants to leave? And it's not like, anyway. I don't want to speak about the Trent thing no more, man. It's just dumb.
Unfortunately, we do have to speak a little bit on it.
Listen, he got them a trophy, Champions League, Premier League, bro. You move on. It's time if he wants to go. End of his contract. Bye. I'm gone, mate.
Anyone else have anything that annoys them? The only thing I can think of that comes to mind straight away is the head loss. Is like head loss fans. You know, like let's say like even the game on the weekend for Arsenal against
Lee Gunner and them, man.
Like because even his stuff is a bit more like he's controlled, if that makes sense. I'm talking about the ones that lose the plot. And it's almost like you're just losing the plot because you think that will get you views and stuff like that, if that makes sense.
Oh, you mean like Troops and them?
So like Troops, and there's a few others that I don't really know the names of, but what I do watch is, have you ever watched like those compilation videos?
The Phil Cup every week.
Every week. Oh yeah, so you see,
every week.
They'll tell you 1-0 to Brentford or whatever, and we'll show you every reaction to that goal. And like it's astounding me how much people think this still works. Like when it DT was like probably one of the first few people that you can remember doing this sort of stuff, and it had a place, it landed somewhere. But like it's 2025.
And Pete, these are grown men who are dads.
No, guys, you know what though? Do you know what it is, Pete? Though I have to disagree with you on the fact that it doesn't work. I think it still does.
I think it was.
I think it still does.
No, people
they get fans because people go for that. You'd be surprised.
For it. But let me tell you my top genuine head losses who Lee Judges. Here's one. I love his one.
I love him though.
Brian's his chief is cash.
Bro.
It's cash.
Bro. It is amazing.
That's the hand point.
Bro. Here's one. And then my man. Who's the United Biryani man? Who's
Saeed.
Yeah,
we love Saeed.
You just call him a Biryani man.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I didn't know his name, man. Sorry.
He's obviously going based on the fact that
he's an Indian dish.
Bro, there was fully biryani live on set. When Man United were losing a game, there was a biryani on set. It's not even that outlandish, to be fair. Like it was literally live and direct. But like, there's head loss, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a fan of like Saeed's ones and stuff like that. But there's a few where I'm just like, I don't know, man. Some people are chasing it. Does that make sense? They're just chasing it. Whereas there's some where you think what I like about Lee Gunners is that I think he genuinely means what he says. Did you get what I'm saying? Like with some, you just think you can even tell because they all
Lee's not chasing the camera. Lee's not chasing a moment.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's some of the things he does say is a bit. Okay. There's no need for that, but yeah.
It's one of them ones, man. I don't know, man. There's a few that's what's starting to really annoy me a little bit. Where I'm just like, all right, I'm bored of you, man. Hey. You were doing this 10 years ago, and you're still doing it now, and it's just like, yeah, all right.
And they're still making money,
guys. The baby almost had a howler still.
You're that far behind, David. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Tyreek Mitchell.
Baby. Call him the baby.
The baby. He's done it before.
He looks like him, innit?
He actually looks like him.
Oh, he actually he does. No, he does.
Hey, I'm about 40 seconds ahead, Dave. Oh, damn.
Yeah, allow it, man. My thing is nice and clean. Hey,
Now,
hey,
Robin loves the show off. You know, hey, my team's faster than you.
Yeah, boy.
Hey,
Robin,
I get
Don't hate the player.
Hey,
Don't hate the
man's
player.
Wi-Fi is the original Wi-Fi. You get me?
Nah.
You said this was Wi-Fi.
Man's got the real thing.
Who said this was
Man's uncle owns Sky. You get me?
My uncle owns Sky.
My uncle.
That's
My uncle in Belgium. Okay.
Shout out to Mirad, says, good evening to the greatest football Ling podcast to air on a Monday night when finally the title has come back to Brixton. Shout out to the Brixton crew. For context, the altar service from my church completed against all the altars festival.
Yo,
Altar football.
In the
Altar football.
Diocese, yeah.
Diocese of Southwark, 25 plus churches, and they won the seniors trophy. Fair enough. Please be a shout out to the altar service from Our Lady of the Rosary, Brixton. Shout out to the gang.
All right.
Shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to the gang.
Hey, did you score though? We need to know. Did you score? We need to know.
Yeah, you score any goals in the run.
We need to know.
Is Mirad an altar server?
Bruv, you boy up, bruv.
I just want to know if he scored.
Yo.
Did you score, bruv? Oh, he was manager. Yeah, so with the tactics, yeah.
Tactician.
I
heard AD says, I love genuine head loss. Me too. I hate when it's genuinely staged. A lot of it feels staged to me. So shout out to the managing crew winning titles. We love that. Okay, let's get into the first order of proceedings, shall we? Shall we talk Trent? Jesus, I feel like I'm so done and bored of this situation.
I'm bored, man.
Might as well, because it's official as of today. He sent the video out. He said he's leaving Liverpool. He's done. He's won 2 Premier Leagues and all the domestic trophies and the Champions League.
Shout out to Trent, man.
Shout out to Trent, bruv. That's it, man. He's done his thing.
Yeah.
He want the new challenge. Good luck to him, mate.
Fair, that's fair enough. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones where you just think, finally the saga is over, and I guess he sort of waited till the title was wrapped for him to sort of come out with it,
which is fine.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know the ins and outs of what this guy has maybe implied or said that has made Liverpool fans upset. Yeah, but from the outside looking in, I've not seen him do an interview. In fact, I think he's avoided like post-match interviews and stuff.
Yep.
I look at it as simple as if it's a trust issue, if Liverpool fans have trust issues with a football player, guess what? Don't trust football players. Like real talk, like just don't trust any of them. I've watched videos of Loic Remy at QPR promising a young girl as he's signing the shirt. She's like, "Please don't go, Remy," and he's like, "Okay." Like I went like it's like I always say in the group chat, the bag reigns supreme, and in this case, I don't know how big the bag is, but ultimately, he's going to be playing for a club where he's
Ernest.
Yeah, go on.
That signing on fee is going to be mad.
Listen, which is fair, and I think ultimately, like he believes it's a challenge, and I think it's a challenge, especially the current Real Madrid that we're seeing this season.
Yeah,
I think it's not going to be like I said. Like Beckham won La Liga. It's not what man think it is all the time. Now, is the possibility is legitimately on a knife edge. It's 50% this, 50% that. Because we're seeing the rise of Lamine Yamal, and like
we'll get there.
And you're talking about like in the El Clasicos is going to be comedy, because one of the things I love about Liverpool fans crashing out is they did a comp of him getting dribble past this season, and I was howling. So on one hand, like you're gonna get a really exposed Trent. The lights are going to be on. You're a senior player, quote unquote. You're 26 years old, and you're going to the biggest club in the world. The lights are on. Do you know what I mean? on the other side,
Oh,
he
and
he
the
could
Spanish
flourish.
don't play, bro.
You know what? I will say this. I expected a lot more of the white flags at Madrid for certain players. I've not seen them as much. I feel like they've not been as ruthless with some
Okay, yeah.
as they were in the past. Like Tchouaméni's not a Galactico. He's not a Real Madrid player. I'm so sorry. He's not. I'm so sorry. Some of these guys are not fit to wear the shirt, like literally. So ultimately, Trent could fall into the category of players that don't deserve to wear the shirt because there is no coasting in the middle. There's no gray area. Either you flop or you don't at Madrid.
Yeah,
It's that. So he could flourish. He could easily flourish. Or he could easily be in a season of the Madrid story where he's not bad himself, but the team's not winning as much, etc., etc. So we have to just wait. We have to just wait and see what happens.
I think this is the first possible season where Madrid are going trophyless, and that's in a long time.
In a long time.
So the question I have for you guys, right? If you're Trent, take away your allegiances with your clubs and whatever your relationship with Liverpool is. If you were him, would you actually leave Liverpool and go to Real Madrid? In all honesty,
1,000,000%.
Yes.
Why?
Biggest club in the world.
It's the biggest club in the world. You've done everything you need
What does
to
it
do
mean
at the club.
to you? What does it mean to you, though?
I think
It means that
Liverpool, Madrid is a higher level than Liverpool.
Is it?
I've accomplished what I needed to do. Oh, yes, it is.
First
By
of all,
far.
if he was not guaranteed starting, he's not going to Madrid. There's actually a position there that's right back. I'm going to play there.
I still think he goes.
What Carvajal's good for is grabbing Saka by the neck. So they needed an actual right back.
Because I'll be honest with you, if I'm Trent, I honestly, that's the one thing that I think like nobody talks about in this whole saga is like, obviously Liverpool fans have asked this question a million times, but as a neutral, not caring about either club, in my mind, I genuinely I would not advise him to leave Liverpool and go to Real Madrid. I just wouldn't, because I don't see he goes to Real Madrid and it's like, okay, fine, more status maybe in the Champions League. That's basically it, really. And other than that, I don't see the gain. Like what he's done with Liverpool is tremendous. Like it's huge.
It's going to be more special than Madrid. But the issue is that at Madrid, you get told that you are joining the VIP club.
Yeah.
So the house always wins. At Liverpool, your legacy is intact because of how long they hadn't won for, and then they just crashed so many trophies in the last 7-8 years. So his legacy, to me, will always be big. I mean, unless he does the mad thing,
like excel crazy. Yeah.
Unless he does the mad thing at Madrid, his leg and the mad thing to me is like, you are Gareth Bale. No. For me, it's not even winning, Robin. It's more so like when Gareth Bale entered Madrid. Oh, they knew he was there. He wasn't Valverde. He wasn't like, because I can't even say that about Bellingham. Like, Bellingham is established at that club.
Yeah.
Bellingham, they know him. So the mad thing for Trent to me is, Madrid are going through some mad jinky, and Trent's on the free kick.
Or he's doing.
To 10 games this season, Trent's free kicks have given them from 1 point to 3 points.
He's assisting Mbappe with them long passes and that.
100%. 100%.
Because you know what? I genuinely think like Liverpool is an underrated club across maybe England, if not the rest of Europe. I genuinely think like Liverpool doesn't get given that same treatment of a football club. Say like let's say a Barcelona or like an AC Milan back in the day,
or Man United.
Or it doesn't get the same treatment with Man United.
Yeah, and
Liverpool's not glamorous.
But the thing is, but United isn't either. Do you get what I mean? Like,
no. United's PR from the 90s still runs.
True, that's true.
I think Liverpool. Like, I don't agree with Rand when he said Liverpool was a small club and all of them kind of things. Liverpool's a massive club, but they're not glamorous. They're
It's
not
the big, but it's the biggest club in the United Kingdom.
Now it is, but you have to let that, because you see with United, what helped was that the 90s was like culturally an opinion forming era.
Yeah.
So we formed a lot of our opinions about fashion, about music. Most of the films you're seeing in cinema for the last 10 years are remakes of 90s stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or films that were popularized, in the 90s and 2000s. Manchester United's PR comes from 2 decades of constant W's.
Yeah.
So Liverpool, for me, in order to get back into, like, for example, they should knock Bayern Munich out of the elite club conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Bayern Munich's being in a league where you win 11 in a row, you lose the source of how impactful your VIP elite status is. Do you know what I mean? And Liverpool should be there. The problem is Liverpool have spent a lot of time not winning, so it affects the reputation that they have. If you're a football man who judges football equally and fairly, then you can say Liverpool have always been there. It's just they haven't been, doing their thing. So if you're Trent, he has drank the Kool-Aid from the 2001 final where Zidane scores the volley to now. He's drank the Kool-Aid as well. So he is moved by the glamour that, as big as my club is, I have helped this club become what it is now. And you can't take anything from what I just said away from Trent Alexander-Arnold. The problem is Madrid don't need him to be bigger. Madrid are bigger. And he wants to go there to be part of a conversation that's bigger than your hometown hero. And I don't fault him for that. Personally, I don't fault him for that.
Yeah. I just think that if we're going to look at Madrid, the glitz and glamour, we're going to look at your Barcelona's glitz and glamour. You've made a good case there for Man United. I think Liverpool have to be in that conversation. And so it's almost like, it's like going from left to right. Why bother going from left to right when it's essentially almost the same thing? I know Madrid have 15 Champions Leagues, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares how many La Liga titles they have. No one cares for that league title, full stop. And then when you look at the Premier League, the fact that Liverpool have 20 English league titles and 6 Champions League, you just think like this is one of the elite clubs, not just it's a big club in this country or this that. No, they are amongst the elite. So when you're telling me to go from
saying I'm not one of the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So as I'm looking at Trent, and I get it. Look, I get the allure of Real Madrid. I get all of that. Believe me, I do get all of that. I'm not saying why would you join Real Madrid? No. Why would I leave Liverpool to go to Real Madrid is my question. That's all. Especially because of how Klopp has resuscitated this Liverpool side and made them become, because Liverpool are here. They are here. Okay.
I just genuinely think, unfortunately, history has not been as kind to Liverpool as it's been to other clubs. If you ask history, what are the biggest clubs in the world? Name 4. You will get Madrid, Barca, United, and Bayern. That is the big 4.
And
in terms of in his opinion.
Do you know what's crazy? Manchester United have won 3 European Cups.
Yeah.
Liverpool have 6 or 7. I forgot which one it is.
Six.
And that's why the size of the fan base, the PR has done United so many favors, like even in our banter era.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I also think
Liverpool thing is no fluff. It is pure dubs. Our thing is dubs, and in the last 12 years, loads of PR about those dubs.
Yeah.
And what also helped is that one man managed to give us 13 league titles.
Let him finish what you're saying, because you
sorry.
Go on, say that again.
No, I was just saying, like, our pundits are on Sky, our pundits are on TNT, our pundits are on beIN Sport, our pundits are on Premier League football channel. Like, we are everywhere. We're on TalkSport, and so we dominate a lot of the conversation. So when like Rio's got a YouTube thing, like Evra is always on talking about stuff. Do you know what I mean? The overlap is Manchester United group chat.
Yeah.
So
Plus Jamie Carragher.
Liverpool's biggest PR outside of Jamie Carragher, I don't really want to include McManaman there because McManaman is, I think he's quite boring, and I think he's a
terrible commentator.
He does what he says in the tin. He gets his checkbook and he goes home after each Champions League night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Carragher and for a period of time, maybe Souness were the only ones really like challenging for in terms of numbers, the amount of Man United chat that there was. Because when Man United lose, you'll see Roy Keane, and then after the Sky Sports podcast, you'll see Gary Neville enter the studio as well. And you're just like, do we need another one? Do we need a like? Do you know what I mean? After representation on Sky Sports is Thierry Henry and maybe Martin Keown. So Manchester United
or Ian White from time to time.
The public perception of Manchester United is perpetuated by how many pundits we have, the size of the fan base, and the fact that we like win, lose or draw. Man United are in a combo. Liverpool have like no fluff. What scandal has a player had at Liverpool the last 5 years? The last scandal I can remember is Suarez.
That's going back.
And you're going to 2014, 2013.
Yeah.
So essentially, Liverpool have just come to work every day and gotten their promotion. There's no. It's like the accountant in Ben Affleck. Man does his job. Man's got bare bread, and you would never know because he's only going M&S to buy his shirts. Liverpool have done great business. They've got another Champions League trophy. They've been in how many finals since Klopp has, like Peter said, resuscitated. Trent wants glamour.
Fair. Let me get through some of these comments before we move on. Sam Lewis, big up yourself. Hope you're doing good and well. I could understand fans being upset / annoyed if he goes to another Premier League club. He said he's Liverpool through and through, and he could come back if it doesn't work out. That's how you know. I wish everybody here more money, new challenges and promotions, because apparently in football it's not allowed.
But SW is making a point though, because Peter's question is it a promotion?
Yeah, I'm challenging that it's a promotion.
Is it an actual promotion?
I'm definitely challenging that. Yeah, definitely challenging that. SW6 says, Peter, you should ask Saliba. But Saliba and Trent's situations are totally different things. Two very different things.
That's a big play.
Yeah. Sam says, Peter, similar to Hamilton and Ferrari, he's won it all, and now he wants a feather in his cap. Exactly. It's a disaster what's going on at Ferrari with Hamilton. That's the problem. Joining that disaster class, and it is what it is. Peter, no one cares about Liverpool, bro. They were dormant for too long. Yeah, that's fair. That's what you guys were saying in terms of history. People only care about Liverpool in Europe,
and even that,
you could. It's sus, isn't it? It's sus. Nat says Liverpool were dominant in black and white TV only since 1819. Have they been active? Goes on to say they've won it since I was born. Endo, so yes, I have.
Endo was saying that he's not seen Arsenal win the league, and I was like, no, I think he has.
Says that Real Madrid is the pinnacle of football. It's an easy explanation. So yeah, I take it. Obviously, the majority would go to Real Madrid. If not, Baraka, I don't like this this kind of declaration going on here.
I declare.
Man United mashed too much work. That's the thing. They did a lot.
That's the thing. I was trying to say earlier. One manager won 13 league titles.
Yeah.
It
Bad man. It matters.
It matters to the conversation.
All right,
yeah. All right. Let's move things on. I mean, look.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I need David to unload the clip.
Okay. Bring.
Let's go to Europe, baby.
No. I think Arsenal's such an interesting discussion this week. Yeah.
Hey.
But David, go.
Bring here. I need to change the banner. Can I?
Before David go. Actually, you go ahead.
This is Peter. Do you watch Serie A? You watch Serie A? Yeah?
I do.
This
Very,
is what.
very rapidly.
Thank you, David. Go.
You're not a Bundesliga guy, are you? You're more Serie A.
I'm not really a Bundesliga guy.
Okay, you're Serie A. I am pulling your card for the rest of the season. I don't want to hear no Serie A talk from you.
Why?
How can you allow such nonsense to happen before the game?
What was that?
That tifo, is a disgrace.
I put in the group chat that left corner needs lifting. And no one said a word. I said, "What is going on here?"
Robin. That whole thing is a disgrace. And then to find out, hold on. And then to find out that the fans offered to do a tifo for the night, and they said no, and you brought out this nonsense. And I know, Peter, you
weird, man.
And I know, Peter, you saw that from the beginning of the shift, and you said,
the day before. They did the rehearsal of it the day before.
Because I asked you, Peter, but you weren't excited about it. Now I understand why.
They paid, guys. They paid money to go up on that roof and stick those. Nah,
David, you know what's gonna anger you more? If you knew what Ashburton and Army were gonna do, that got rejected. If I show you the banner that they were gonna do, holy smokes, yeah, it looked epic. Have you not seen the Money Heist on Netflix?
Yes.
It was basically
I've seen some episodes, yeah.
It was a tifo around that, basically. It was going to be, full length, blah, blah, blah. Didn't get approved. But, yeah, that cannon and the, Champions League semi-final.
It wasn't ironed. It looked like a blanket. What was going on?
Robin, it is as bad as Aston Villa's one. My man playing the Europa League anthem. You ruined it. Ruined the whole, and then to top it off, we're going to concede in the 4th minute. I was just like, yay.
Yeah. Oh my God. What on earth?
Dembo!
What on earth? Talk about Tuesday, David.
No. I need people to go back here. Remember, everyone was gassing Rice free kicks and all this, yeah? Ernest, I watched the brother look at Dembele, and somewhere in his head, I said, let me leave him. Let me go and back up Timber. And then the goal come. Oh my gosh!
I see Kvaratskhelia with the ball. I said, close him down. Just close him down. Let's not let him run. Let's let him have a little jog.
No, that is fine. Timber's there. I think he's got him. Whether he gets twisted up, no problem.
Oh no, Timber had a bad day at the office.
No. We're talking 4th minute.
He had about 20 minutes.
We're talking 4th minute, guys. Timber's got him. My man, he's not in the flow yet. He's not in the flow. He's 1-on-1. He's still trying to figure out. And then Rice brings his big head and leaves Dembele by himself. What is going on? And I know it happened right in front of Peter. Peter saw that. I was like, this is a goal.
Right in front of me. And it was one of them ones where when you see a player go down a wing, you do look at the box to see what's the space and who's in space and whatever. How many players have we got back? 4 minutes in, as you say.
We're all there, but my man decided to leave. Oh my!
I'm watching Dembele have a little jog to the left, thinking, "Hang on a minute, there's a lot of space here. Flipping, I better take this up. Let me have it first time hit as well. Was it with the weaker foot, or was I think his left foot is actually his stronger foot? But like first time hits it doesn't really hit that clean. If you look at it, it bobbles a little bit, fools everybody. Blah blah, goes in the back of the net. You thinking, for goodness sake. But those first, I'll tell you what, David, the first 20-25 minutes of that game, 2 things that I noticed. We are getting outclassed at this moment in time. I've never, I kid you not, guys. In fact, I am struggling. And when I mean I'm talking since Unai Emery days. I've never seen a team come to the Emirates and boss us like that. I can't remember the day.
And the problem is, this is why I did not want Mourinho in midfield. He doesn't have the legs. And they were just popping it round us, bro.
All I could think of, though, all I could think of though, was that stupid yellow that Partey got in the Bernabeu. And I was just hoping, I hope to God, I was like, I'm hoping I don't rue this situation. I'm hoping this doesn't affect us when we go to play PSG. It certainly did. David, these guys bopped us in those 20 minutes. And the thing that taught me, one team done their research on another club and the other one didn't. Because if there was one thing for sure that was obvious, is somewhat. PSG did their homework on us, and the minute like the game kicked off, we had no idea what to do, and it looked like we didn't even look at the opposition in the week prior in terms of training tactics, whatever the case may be. I was astonished by how we're getting schooled. Like we're getting run amok here,
guys. And I told you,
5 minutes.
This is a proper midfield that we're gonna come up against. Partey's got himself sent off or whatever, suspended. We're in trouble.
Yeah, and I said this is a different PSG from last time. I said the way they're playing now from back in October when he last played, I said there's a massive difference. That midfield has gelled and grown, and it was men against boys. Passing from the back. I said in the group chat, if you want to learn how to pass from back, look what PSG do. Every time, comfortable, passing it through, getting it, and just making lines. The only issue is that they didn't score enough. That's just my only issue with them.
That's the thing. It's like on one hand, I felt like, it could have been better on the day, but then it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
because
they had the two chances. Well, I said, you've got to score there.
Listen, even we did. You know what I mean? Even we had our chances as well. But yeah, you're right. They were on the counter. They just killed us, and they should have had 2-3 goals at least. And you just couldn't help but think, like I honestly, I was watching like that Champions League tie just leaving me in front of my very eyes, and I couldn't believe it. It's like nobody. I don't know how many of us thought, Arsenal in the final, but I genuinely thought we'd win the home leg.
I said it.
I thought we would win the home leg. I thought the home leg would be ours. Whatever happens in Paris, stays in Paris, right? But like, I genuinely thought we'd win the home leg, and I was very confident. I might have been like a 3-1 or something like that. It was, something crazy like that.
A lot. Majority of us did 2-1, 3-1.
Arsenal fans thought you were
guys, and I said this after everyone's guess. I said this: turn up, bruv. We could lose, but turn up. But we didn't.
Yeah, no, we got bopped, man. That's the thing. That was what was embarrassing. We got absolutely bopped, and it was just like I said in the beginning, and it's not acceptable at this level at this stage of the season where you're semi-final in the Champions League. It cannot be evident that someone did revision and the other one didn't. It can't be evident in the semi-final. It just can't be. So yeah, that honestly, I was distraught leaving that game because I was like, we were beaten well. And it could have been more. It could have been more. We could have had our goals, but they could have had theirs too. And it was just like, what the hell? Like I said, it's one thing to be like, we're playing prime Barcelona or a team that we know, bro, PSG can do this to anyone at any given moment. We've not seen that PSG this season. People can say that, they've improved vastly, this, that, and the other. I never saw them play like that against Liverpool. I never saw them play like that against Villa. What they did to us in those 25 minutes was a schooling. Was a frigging schooling, and we could not get the ball. And when we got the ball, we lost it within seconds. We couldn't keep our own ball in our own home game. And then the first substitution comes after however many minutes, and it's Benjamin White.
It was 70.
Benny Blanco.
We're 1-0 down in the Champions League semi-final. Benjamin White. I said, I don't know, man. And don't get me wrong, Sterling isn't probably the answer, but he played every Premier League game in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So what were we getting his engine running for? Do you get what I'm saying? Like to not bring him on, and then you bring on Wanyeri, in the 90th minute? I sat there and I just said, whatever, man. Then Bournemouth for the weekend, I thought, what? Somebody was saying to me like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to predict Arsenal to lose. And I was like, nah, do you know what? Mikel put a strong team out because 2 things. That performance was so bad on Tuesday, he's probably giving them a rocket up the backside to say, look, guys, you need to go out there and perform if you lot want to see Wednesday. And, as I saw, the first team came out, I was like, right, cool, Bournemouth, let's go. Let's get ready to pop and load. And the first half against Bournemouth, moving the ball, quickness, and you know what I'm saying? Things were happening. And it was like the whole, I don't know if the whole atmosphere was a bit of a weird one, but it was a case of like, everyone kind of was like, look, let's get this 1-0 and let's dip out and get on to Wednesday, right? Let's secure Champions League today. Because if we'd won, we'd have secured Champions League, right? Secure Champions League, get out of here, see you later.
Secure.
No,
it's just Liverpool. Arsenal are in the top 5 race. They are 3 points.
David, now I know why you were angry on Saturday.
They are in the top 5 race.
Bro, we could miss out. If we lose the rest of our games,
Yeah, our next two games.
You're definitely losing to Newcastle.
Our next two games are Liverpool away, Newcastle at home.
You're definitely losing to Newcastle. If you don't lose, you draw. You're not beating Newcastle. No way.
I mean, if the Newcastle
you got top points at the Emirates,
Ernie, we could potentially cost them Champions League. Potentially, just said.
what if we lie down against Chelsea?
Yeah, and then no, because I think Arsenal have to. Yeah, you guys have to come to us still.
No,
Who?
Arsenal, or is it just Chelsea?
That'd be silly.
No.
Chelsea's the last
First of all,
Yeah.
let's cut the nonsense. Arsenal will finish second. This season.
I know. Yeah, no,
You know,
it's
I've been
bad.
hearing
It's
a lot
bad.
of- I've been hearing a lot of this. Oh, we're in the top 5 race. No, we're not. We're finishing second. That's done. Yeah.
But you see, like I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, that fielding that 11 on Saturday is clown behavior, because like you need to deal with the rest.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I said, yeah.
Have for Wednesday night. Now again, if Arsenal beat PSG on Wednesday, I don't know about Peter, but we all have egg on our face. Do you know what I mean? Because as I predicted that Arsenal will be in the Champions League final, but that last week performance really made me think, this guy's not being taken serious.
Yeah,
but,
questions it.
But ultimately, playing your best 11 and still losing is banter. That is absolutely
Ernest, clock it though. The first half, it looked like normal Arsenal. Guys,
I thought Bournemouth were losing.
I swear to you, the team talk at halftime was this. Guys, what the hell are you lot doing? So save your energy, slow the flip down. We got a game on Wednesday. And I'm sure the players looked at each other like,
but you can't slow down against Bournemouth though.
First of all, why are we playing? If that's the case, if we're too much, why are we even playing in the first place? Because that second half was chalk and cheese. Yeah, 2 different Arsenal sides turned up. 2 different Arsenal teams turned up. I'm watching the second half thinking, hang on a minute, these are not even trying anymore.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? And I need this one dealt with immediately. Our set piece coach,
That's a set piece.
The set piece coach.
That's what I'm going to start calling him now. The set piece.
Nicholas Jova. I do not want to see you on the touchline.
Hey, he was present in the Champions League game.
No. Robin, I forgot to take a picture, yeah? Sky Sports put up a stats of all the goals we conceded, yeah? 48% from set pieces, bruv.
That is hilarious.
Damn.
And do you know who has to go and answer for that? Arteta, bruv. Bro, I do not want to see you ever again on the touchline. Sit down. I don't want to see you. What are you taking credit for, bruv? You don't have to go to the media after to answer for these crimes, bro. I don't want to see you. 48 half of our goals conceded from set. Bro, sit down, bro. I don't want to see you.
I don't want to see
you. So my question to you, Pete, because I know what David's stance is. If you lose on Wednesday,
yeah,
are you in or out?
Flipping hell, man.
But it's not even, do you know what? The brother has had long enough. I'm sorry. The brother has had 5 years. And thank God thank God Liverpool lost over the weekend. If this gap gets to 20 points, I was saying, yo, big man, it's time to go, bro.
This is so hard, man. It's so hard.
No. We've gone from 7 points to 2 on City. And then for Liverpool to come back and win the league by 15 plus the next season. No. It's not on, bruv. And once again, did you see you lot didn't comment on my picture I put up of the goal scorers? Why is our top goal scorer still Havertz with 9?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Havertz is our top goal scorer this season
in the league
with 9.
Do you know what it is with the thing with Mikel? The only thing I will say on Mikel is this: I'm tired of hearing him talk. I don't watch the press conferences anymore.
Listen, them videos he does.
I don't watch.
We need your fans. We need your shin pads.
I don't need him to talk anymore. I don't want him to tell me what we should do. I don't want him to. I don't watch his press conferences, bro. I used to watch every Wenger press conference, pre, post, the lot. I could give you the notes for those press conferences. I cannot stand nor watch these ones because he mentioned the last one. He mentioned that he said at the PSG game, he was walking to the tunnel and he saw 7 players and he said it was Calafiori, it was Tomiyasu, Partey, Jesus, Gabriel, Havertz, and he said, wow, these are my first team players. And then he said he felt a sense of pride and joy, right? Giving it that spiel. I sat there and said, hang on, first and foremost, right? Partey was suspended for 1 game because of the shenanigan he pulled off at the Bernabeu. So that's why he's in that list. These others, let's have it right. If these players were all fit, were we winning the league this year? No, because Liverpool were phenomenal this season, number 1. Number 2, the strikers, like the Jesus and Havertz, I mean, these are players that we would still want to replace come the end of the season or at least upgrade on. And for me, the fundamental thing is always this. This is self-infliction. Like everything we've done in the last, like as much as Mikel gets his credit for bringing it, because Arsenal were never challenging league titles, guys. It's the first time Arsenal have challenged for a league title. I mean, not this season, obviously, but like the last 2 seasons was the first time since 2016. That's the last, and even then we were barely in that race because Leicester walked it by the end. I think they finished with 10 points above us. They walked it. The fact that as per always, my number 1 gripe and beef with Mikel has been ever since he's joined the club is everything is self-infliction. Everything is done by us, not circumstances that happened against us, this, that, and the other. It's always done by us. And so I'm just a bit like, I don't know, man. I don't know to answer the question. Like I can't even get into the minutia of it all because it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And I get it. Look, if people don't want him to be as the manager no more, I get that. You
were never 100%. Like you were never like, you always gave him credit, but with a hint of like a backhandedness about it, where you're like, no, you know, but like I need evidence.
Because the thing is, every single time we fall short, Ernest, every single time we've fallen short, there's a common theme here and a common trend, and it's
self-sabotage.
It's self-sabotage. That's why I said he was Starling, because it was that thing of like he himself can rob a defeat from the jaws of victory. That's him. That's what he's done for years. He's done it for years at this club. And just when we just missed out on the top 4 that year against Tottenham Hotspur, when we just missed out on the league the first time, when we just missed out on the league the second time, then you've got, especially that summer where we were signing, when we signed Rice and we signed Timber, and it was like, okay, Arsenal are now really going for this, because the year before it was almost like a happy accident that we challenged for the league. But the second season, it was like, right, let's go. We're bringing in big guns now. The third season, we're like, okay, right, we're 1 point behind City, 2 points behind City. Now, how do we push that final? We ain't even got 70 points. What's the standings now? We don't even have the points.
This is exactly why I have to surrender any opinions. Like even if you beat PSG on thing, yeah, I have to surrender any opinion I have about Arteta having like that little extra to push you that extra bit further. I have to surrender to David's opinion, because to me, this was the year. Because Liverpool,
this was the year.
Shout out to Liverpool. Liverpool won the league, but I'm telling you guys, Mohamed Salah covered a multitude of sins. Because guys, what is the next top goal scorer at Liverpool, and how many goals is he on?
I don't think there's anyone.
The next guy is Luis Diaz on 14 goals.
Oh, not too bad, but yeah.
No, David, they're not in the title race like this with the gap gone.
But that's what I'm saying.
Well, Lewis,
you got 28.
Well, sorry,
you got 28. You got 12. Arsenal, you've got 9. We're not in double digits. We're not in double digits.
No. My point is, but this is what I was trying to say to you there. I should have put a precursor to what I said in the group chat. That you could have done it if you'd done your job in the summer. If you'd done your job in the summer, Salah can have whatever you have, but there is bigger evidence of you guys being closer if the firepower is better, if it's improved.
Yeah.
Salah scored 24. Is it 24, 28?
28.
28 goals in the Prem.
Yeah.
In the Prem.
No, guys, this proves my point even more. How many men have scored 28 goals and the next best striker ain't even on 15, 16?
Yeah, the gap is mad.
Come on. If Salah is not in this team, this is a freak season.
Actually, no. Even take away his assists as well. He's got 28 and
thank you.
14. Is it 12 assists? I don't know what the number.
He's got 18 assists, bro.
There you go.
He
has 18.
Guys.
What's Henry's record?
23-20.
23-20, yeah.
Okay.
Like Salah is having unbelievable numbers.
Yeah.
And so if you tell me that Liverpool and Chelsea, the season you finish close to City, you think City will be there, Liverpool will definitely be there because Liverpool finished third that year. You're telling me if Arsenal don't put their hand in their duffel bag, have you not watched Exit Wounds? DMX and Jet Li? Man goes to buy the whip in the showroom. The guy puts the duffel bag on the table.
Yeah.
It says, give me that flipping car. That's what Arsenal need to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, Arsenal had it in their hands. How can you finish 2 points behind City and have the summer you had? No, I don't.
That's the thing, yeah. You see, the thing is, like, I think I made the case already before for Arsenal's summer transfer window. I made a case for it, right? It's the January one that hurts, man. The
January they should have done something.
I think both, man. I think both.
Of course, the summer, the chickens come home to roost, right?
Pete, you signed Raheem Sterling on the last day of the transfer window.
That was crazy.
That's criminal.
That was crazy.
Criminal stuff.
The fact that we didn't sign a striker was one bad thing. But the fact that like City had a bad start to the season and they spent 160 million in January and could end up having a better season than us when you consider their top 3, top 4 with an FA Cup almost in the bag.
Pete, in the shop, I'm trying to tell the man them, forget this starting 11 against Bournemouth and go for Wednesday. Man are telling me Arteta cares about second. I said, today. What does second mean? Today, what does second mean?
Well,
because even if City finish third and they win the FA Cup, they had a better season than you if you don't win the Champions League.
Yeah.
So what does second mean? Second to fourth is the same guy this season because Liverpool have blown all of us out of the water.
Correct. We're not best in the rest for finishing second. Yeah, we're not best.
Nothing.
Don't get me wrong. Like I prefer to. Obviously, I want to finish second because it's like it would be embarrassing to finish third or fourth this season. That would just be an embarrassment. Like when you. It's such a like I think it was the podcast after we went out to Newcastle in the League Cup, and I said I was like, this is the club has shown me what they think about this season. So why should I bother signing in? I'm not signing in anymore because they're the way that they conducted themselves after getting beat by Man United in the FA Cup, getting smacked up by Newcastle in that semi-final. They smacked us up, right? And then the transfer window shut with no additions.
That's crazy.
I remember the week before Pete was saying we're going to sign someone, just wait. And then he didn't. And he was gobsmacked.
I was like, no, this is beyond stupidity if we don't sign a player. So I was almost like, yeah, we're going to get something in. No doubt about it. To then hear later on down the road, we were offered Watkins and we said no. Or we didn't go with the right money. What? Like
40 million or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're sitting there thinking, hang on a damn minute. Now everyone's saying, what about this summer? Berta's in there, blah blah blah. Do we give him I'm just like, guys, I'm so like, I don't care.
You're over it. You're over all of it.
I'm so over it, bro.
But this is what I've been trying to tell you, man. I've seen Seleni, I've seen Edu. The guy has seen off 2 sporting directors. What
That
is
is
going to change
fair.
with this one?
Yeah,
Tell
that's a good
me.
question.
The one thing for 5 years, even during COVID, we has failed to address the striker position. And I'll keep saying that. I told you guys. Until we get that 20+ season goal striker, we're not winning the league, bro.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah.
been, I've,
3 years.
I've been
Facts.
consistent
Yeah,
with that one.
Facts.
You need one, at least one. Yes, the other guys can dibby, they can contribute their 10s and 15s, but we need one.
Yeah.
David
Put-
said, if I had one wish.
Guys, you put Harry Kane in this team, we win the league.
Facts.
That's all I'm
Facts.
asking.
Facts.
This
Big
is
facts.
You know what? But you know what, David? I don't think what we have to remember this though, yeah. Like even if we had that striker, and this is where it really gets alarming, and this is where you have to start to really ask the question: should this person be in charge at the dugout? Because even if we had the striker, right? I genuinely don't think. First of all, Arsenal style has to change. Number one, do you see that changing anytime soon?
He's
Probably
too
not.
traumatized. He won't do it. The fact, listen,
Exactly.
I've been telling man from last week, if I'm the manager, Waneri has to start in the Parc des Princes. There's no way.
Honest, he came on the 88th minute.
That is
the Emirates.
diabolical. That's diabolical.
He came on at the 88th minute,
Diabolical.
and that was our third substitution.
Yeah, that's diabolical. That's diabolical. If you don't win against PSG, and potentially my opinion could even change if you don't win the Champions League, if you beat PSG, next season has to be the last one.
for
Next
me,
season has to
Do
be the
you
last
give
one.
him? Do you give him next season? I don't know
Well,
if you do. I think
guys,
for
for
you're done
me,
here.
for me, it doesn't matter. It's the manner at which we go out. If we go out like we don't turn up, then
Nah,
you need
David.
to go.
David, after what happened at the Emirates, it is win or nothing. Because there's no nobility in being the better team against PSG and still losing, especially because you beat them at the Emirates this season.
But then the pressure was off. Now this is high, bro.
No, you can't say the pressure was off. Arsenal had to prove themselves.
They
from
could
the season
say
before when did you lose to Lyon in France?
Yeah, we lost.
You had to prove yourself this season,
Guys.
And he
I know,
did.
Yeah.
I know my team, bro. When that heat is on, when we have to go and win, hey, we don't.
and at the same time, PSG did do the business in January and got a wonderful player.
Adrian's making a point that you have to give him 2 forwards and go again next season.
No,
My issue is, I feel, and this is pure speculation, it feels like Arteta's like team to tweak. It feels like he's been given more than the reins.
Ernest.
So I don't know if it's a thing of like them backing him or him not wanting to spend.
Listen.
Spending 100 million. I'm so sorry to cut you, David. Yeah, spending 100 million on Declan Rice and 65 on Kai Havertz tells me that they trust you.
And this is how he wants his team. You see how Guardiola wants his way? Yes, you'll make adjustments with Haaland and that, but he's got his way. This is Arteta's way. And we're not going to win this way.
This is what he wants.
This is what he wants.
The thing
This
is,
is what he wants.
you say 2 forwards, AD, but we got two central midfielders are playing up front for us.
That's insane.
We bought 2 of them in the 8 or whatever you want to call it. I don't give a damn what these numbers are. They both play up front for Arsenal now.
I have gone from Van Persie, Aubameyang, to Havertz and Marino.
Because
Seriously.
in 2025, you lot were talking about Aubameyang in the chat, and Oscar mentioned, like, why are we talking about Aubameyang? The reason we're talking about Aubameyang is because we haven't had a striker since.
You know what, Robin? I chose not to respond to that Oscar comment. I said, this guy does not understand what I'm talking about. I'm just going to leave it. Because Aubameyang was spitting absolute facts. You want to be able to mold only the young youths. I'm a proven finisher. I might go to Oceania every night. I might have a Stella. I might be sponsored by Stella by the crate in my yard. But man left the club as the top goal scorer.
Bro, in January.
Bro.
In January. That's the thing. That's what really does irk me with the whole, you know, like even Ozil. I'm still waiting for my Ozil.
Ozil's replacement.
Still waiting for him.
Wow.
When was Odegaard? Okay, Rice on Bournemouth. When was his last assist before this weekend?
Who?
Odegaard.
I don't know.
Brother. Ernest, since Ozil is gone, I've not seen a clean through ball, blood. Someone is in.
But you know what's mad? I think on Squawker they said he has the most in the Prem, and I was crying.
Most what?
The most through balls this season.
But what does that mean? What does that mean? What does through ball mean? Does that mean a pass?
I need man
that
on goal.
That triangle. He pressed triangle and they went through.
When the last defense,
I'm gonna keep it a buck here. And Erdegaard, I'm not opposed to Erdegaard before this season. I think, and I've said it many times, he's not been the same since his missus gave birth. He's not. He's up at 4 a.m. doing formula. You get me? Like them man there are up at night doing the massive. he's doing morning prayer. He's praying over his youth. He's fatigued. But ultimately, I'm looking at Arsenal and I'm thinking to myself, you have created this monster because Arsenal are not as fluid as that World Cup year. And if you're looking to improve that, you have to let go of the trauma. Arteta needs therapy. You conceded more goals than you would have liked in the World Cup year because of Robert Holding. Robert Holding is gone. You need to let go and let your boys flourish. And the first person I sign, if I am Arsenal Football Club, is one Ryan Shirky. He is 20 million euros.
So good.
And he is pure jinky majink. Nothing but, yeah. Then I spend the rest of the duffel bag on a striker. If I can get a little, you know, like Mr. Kroenke, like yo.
What, a little left winger?
Me must Kian get a little, you get me? If you could add that, get a left winger. And we call it a day.
I just want fluid Arsenal again, man. Just bring it back.
I don't think you're getting that. I don't think you're getting that with Arteta. He's not going to change.
That's what's.
Hence why I'm like, do you want to give him another season?
I'm just off.
But Pete, he'll tell you I beat Madrid 5-1.
He says he's proud of the season. He says he's freaking proud of this season. He's having a freaking laugh,
he
man.
Said he's proud of Arsenal's season.
He says when I come into the training ground, I'm full of joy because of what we've gone through this season.
That's capitulation.
Nah, man.
Calpo.
1 minute it was the standards. Remember it was the standards. It was this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Look at these standards. Look at our Premier League record in the last 8 games. I think we've won 3 or 4.
Bro,
right?
Switch, bro.
Even our home record, which was something that I thought was Teflon. You know what I'm saying? Gone. Losing games at home, losing cup matches at home, losing titles at home. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think about the away defeats. I don't even remember them.
Wow.
But the home games is what's killing us. You know? So anyway, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. David, are we winning on Wednesday? Yes or no? Are we going through?
No.
You know David's answer though.
We'll have to score 3 goals.
You know David don't have the whole players team.
PSG are scoring. They will score, so we have to score 3.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, we're not even doing a United. Well, okay, then we get 3 at Bilbao and then we get bopped at. At least score some goals. We're not doing nothing.
If there's one thing that goals is they'll entertain.
You know what I'm saying? At least give me either or. Don't give me half-hearted.
What about the rest of you guys? Are Arsenal going through or not?
Listen, Paris Saint-Germain, Allez PSG, they will be in the final.
Ernest?
I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mean to fence it, yeah, but I cannot call it. PSG should have scored more goals.
Yeah, that's the only issue.
And because they should have scored more goals, and Mr. Thomas Partey is back, I think he makes that much of a difference. I think the players know how serious. That might be a penalty, you know.
Oh yeah, penalty possible.
But anyway, yeah, I think Arsenal. What is Tyreek Mitchell doing, making all these runs into the box? That's crazy. Anyway,
Oh, that's a double tackle. That's a double tackle. That's the keeper and
yeah, the referee run into the thing. But yeah, and I'm with Terence on this because they had more shots off target than they had on. And I'm looking at PSG like, are you going to not finish your chances? Because as good as they were defensively, I don't trust them to keep a clean sheet in Paris. So I can't.
And it's a penalty.
I can't call this at all.
Penalty.
Also, I told you about Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I asked this question. I said
the chickens will come home to roost at some point, and you've not seen a good performance from them in how long? Cool.
In a minute, and like I said, I questioned. I said, "Are Nottingham Forest gonna lose Champions League?"
So I'm guessing the penalties to Palace, right? Just to clarify.
It's Palace. Palace.
Okay.
Yeah, this Nuno Spirit of God football. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But before we move on, Peter, PSG fans, you've experienced them. How is your stadium still standing? Because my God,
they ruined like 300 seats. They broke like 400 seats. Scum. 300. Absolute vermin, bro. If you see the mess, bro, the Bournemouth away and they just stood the game. They stood the whole game.
Oh, what?
The whole game. Bro,
when they came to Manchester, it was the same thing. When they came to Manchester, they ruined.
They're a disgrace.
Flags, everything.
They don't even watch the football. You got one guy with a frigging horn facing the crowd for 90 minutes. The team's in the Champions League final, you mug.
It was the same guy that was doing the mega horn in the penalty shootout.
Nah, traveling to London to not watch honest with you. Crazy.
I'll be honest with you. This foreign fandom nonsense, yeah, it's a load of wash, blood. I don't give a
Farage,
nah, fun that. The proper fandom, yeah, is the man that watch football. That's why I think probably England/Italy's they've got the best fans because they actually watch the football. When PSG scored, the fans didn't celebrate because they just carried on with the third verse of their hymn or whatever the hell they were doing over there. You didn't hear what you could hear was a pin drop when Dembele scored. You didn't hear an extra roar from the away end. Load of nonsense, man. Watch your team, support your players, go chant about them when they score, cheer. You know what I'm saying? Give it some welly, not freaking you and your horn, man. And then they're setting off fireworks in the away end. Freaking explosions were going off.
Says should have saved that, but a good penalty from Eze. 1-0, Crystal Palace. I like PSG fans, man. they're lively.
David, we're going through on Wednesday. Let's move on to Manchester United, who lost again against Brentford, right? But they won 3-0 in the Europa League semi-final against Athletic de Bilbao.
Crazy, you know.
You know, are just rinsing me, man. Honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, like, you know, the group chat tried to draw me and rub it out, but I was like, I don't know what you guys want me to say.
I can't lie, yeah.
Because
as much as what you guys say about Man United, and you know, you're at this point of like, look, they're whack, blah blah blah, boring, right? The truth of the matter though is that to concede. Like we're in May now, isn't it? Yeah, we're like, okay, cool. That when is there going to be any give? When are we going to actually sit there and have a conversation and say, do you know what? No, guys, we have to arrest this now. Like, when do we actually turn around and you know, even call it like your manager's a fraud in the Premier League? Clearly, right? How he's still in a job at this moment in time is beyond me, and it can't be on a Tottenham vibe where we're just hoping on the Europa League. That's why he's in the job, because even without Amorim, United could win the Europa League without him. Really and truly.
Yeah,
You
but
have
I think the point that
guy.
me and Robin are saying is that, well, I remember we've had conversations where we're saying the manager's not going to change. He's not. He's on the Arteta thing. This is the formation I play, and I'm going to play forever. And the issue is they won't sack him because Ratcliffe said to Gary Neville, he wants him to be the manager when the new stadium is open.
Which is when?
Which is 2030.
5 years. 5 years.
He won't be the manager.
So essentially, I think that Ineos are thinking that because they didn't let Ten Hag, they didn't sack him when they were supposed to. I believe that a lot of the decision making is like emotional plus financial, where it's like, if we sack this guy, we have to go and recruit another manager, and then all these three at the back centre backs, these wing backs that are not wing backs, are gonna be, essentially useless. Which to me is why I said in the beginning, I said if Amorim goes, Ineos have to go. I said this to you guys 2024.
Yeah. That's
what I'm saying. What conversation is there to be had?
That this is pathetic.
We have 2 more losses than we had under Ten Hag last season.
Mm-hmm. But but it's the fact that I get it. Like every week, when was the last time United won a game? Like every week is something. We
don't have 2 wins in a row in the Prem,
which scandalous behavior. But I told you guys in September when Tottenham beat us 3-0, end the season. I wasn't lying. Did you envision
1-1?
But did you envision 15th place with 16 defeats?
We lost 14 games last season.
But you finished where? Was it?
No.
What, 6? Where did you finish last year?
No. We lost. I think I said we'd lost 9 games. Was it in December or January? And I said it here, and I said it in at work. We will lose 9 more.
He did.
You guys thought I was playing? No, because we've only seen Luke Shaw come back now, and Luke Shaw's back.
By the way, what's he doing in a United shirt?
Luke Shaw's doing it.
Because I saw that and I just said no. I said no, he can't still be here.
No, listen, United ain't this bad, but like I said before, the manager is not changing.
But the players, what's going on with them? Why is it?
Changing? Again, injuries or no injuries, we have played different 11s for most of the season, depending on availability. You know what the biggest crime is? I'll probably say the biggest crime is that Marcus Rashford is at Villa. That's the biggest crime because we've had to rely since January or whenever it is he dropped Rashford. We've had to rely on simply Garnacho and Højlund, and we don't need to rehash what we think about Højlund or Garnacho, who's actually been stepping.
He's actually been decent. He's been decent.
He's had a good 5 games, I want to say. Do you know what I mean? And for me, I'm like, listen, I think I know where Robin is, but I can only speak for me. I don't know what people want us to say.
We want you to be furious. We want some headlines.
No, but we've been furious. We've been furious.
Came from the Netherlands and told me in a minute 30 what my manager was on. That's when I was furious. What, fury? You want me to be angry again for what?
Because it's getting worse though. That's the thing. This is getting worse.
We lost. Okay. We Newton Heath FC, aka Manchester United Football Club, lost 14 games last season.
Yeah.
What did Bain say? Now is not the time for fear. Now is not the time for fear. That comes later. I knew this was coming. Rasmus Højlund was wrestling at the Emirates. I said, God of heaven, who have you signed? And he had his little purple patch, January, I believe it was December, January last year. And I thought, No, Endo, like, furious. do you want me to say? We have listen, like guys, the goalkeeper that we signed is one of the worst players we've ever signed. You want me to be what?
And yet he was one of Inter's best in the last season he was there.
Yeah, and ultimately people will put it down to a better coach. I've said from 2023, or whenever it's City want to treble, I want Simone Inzaghi.
Question: should Amorim be in the job? Real talk.
Again.
No, because I heard what you said about Ineos and all that kind of thing.
We've asked this question for the last.
In your opinion, do you think he should be now?
He's done enough to be sacked. We've said this many.
But so you're sacking him now,
Pete? I'm driving up to Manchester, and I'm bringing him down to Wilsden because there's a big Portuguese community here. Then we're going to Gatwick. I'll go chill with his aunt for a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what man think we watch every week. I watch Man United every week, so people who tell me that Amorim should stay, I have evidence against. This guy played Kobe Mainoo false 9 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Him out.
I remember that.
But I'm saying if you get him out, Ineos also have to go.
Yeah, I mean Ineos should have arrived.
Yeah, and the point is if they go, we go back to minus square one.
Yeah.
That is the issue here. Because like you'd be near the top 6. Big cap.
That's a lie.
That's a big lie.
Endo says, Ernest, I genuinely believe that with Ten Hag, you'd be near the top 6. Ten Hag was dead, but he knew how to get results. Best win ratio percentage since Fergie.
Oh, for 2 seasons, your win ratio is better than the guy who was there for 27 years.
But to be fair, you haven't had guys like, have you had guys on, as long as 2 seasons?
The longest we had is Oli and Jose.
Yeah, they left in 3.5 years.
2 years, 3 months.
So it's still fair data, to be fair, because you've had about 3 or 4 managers that have had that amount of time, and if not, if they've had less, so they would have a higher ratio.
Okay. So let me just end this here. Erik ten Hag finished 3rd and 8th in consecutive seasons. Get him out.
Yeah, facts.
He spent he spent more money than Oli and Jose. So no, we're not. There is. I will allow for no Ten Hag revisionism.
No, of course not. No, of course not.
We are not doing remontadas about
people
Erik ten Hag. Is he better than Amorim in a United shirt? No question.
Yeah, because I think that's what it is. Is that Ten Hag was sacked for less, even though he was sacked after a very long time when he should have been. But start of the week says Endo, Man United have failed to win their last 6 Premier League games for the first time since December 2015. Jeez,
2015 was Van Gaal.
Was that
Van Gaal?
They hadn't won 6.
Yeah,
wow, that's weird.
No, we haven't won 2 games in a row.
Yeah, that's a joke.
I told you. But I said this, that United are literally given the season was written off, and they said he will start next season, and whatever happens will happen. And I said this already. Now, what we're doing in the Europa League is something that we thought, because remember, Ernest said himself, he said after Real Sociedad, he said he doesn't know if we actually make it to the semis. But guess what? We're here. So it is a something nice to win and all that stuff, and it can actually potentially help in the transfer window, because we know, and we talked about it, that players aren't loyal. People will come over for Champions League football here, there, and whatever. So that's my only positive to that. But when we said it's a write-off of the season, or we were going to forget the season, no, it's been a terrible season. It's been a terrible season.
I'm writing off the season, and I believe I have every right to. Because guess what, guys? I watch Manchester United more than everyone. If it's not Robin, it's me. So I see my team every week. I am in no way condoning the haram I've had to witness for 3 years. Manchester United went from losing 9 games in the season, he finished 3rd. And what did I tell you guys? Chelsea and Liverpool ain't serious. That's why we're here. Last year, we finished 8th. How many losses, guys? 14. Did you not think we would lose more games? Guys, let's not be naive. Let's not be naive. Manchester United were a train wreck waiting to happen, and like Salah's having the season that Rashford had in Ten Hag's first season.
The thing is, because you saw 14 defeats, I didn't think that would be a regular because it was such a scary one-off. That's never really happened in United's history. 14 defeats is not common.
Who's our best centre back?
Anyway.
Who's our best centre back? Oh, there we go. That's
I don't know.
That's it there.
I don't know.
Who's our best fullback?
Jesus.
Okay. Who's our best central midfielder?
Bruno Fernandes.
Okay. Who's our best striker?
It's Bruno Fernandes. Again.
You've only got one. So what's his name? Rasmus Højlund.
So you named two people in our spine.
Yeah.
You named two in our spine. Remember, I didn't ask who you take. I didn't ask you to name the best.
Yeah. I just didn't expect there to be 14 plus defeats in a season, personally.
But if you can't name what our best in each position is.
But it's like, but it's the same. But it's like any other club, for example, like Wolves ain't having that many defeats in the season, are they? Nor are
I don't know how many Wolves have had.
I've pulled Wolves out of nowhere. But like, let's say, I don't know, Brentford, for example. I don't think do Brentford have a better side than Man United?
1,000,000%.
You'd say so, yeah?
1,000,000%. And if they don't, their two strikers make up for like 6 players in our team.
Right.
So I'm saying, if you're a Man United fan, you've seen the deterioration in signing and recruitment in quality since the Ollie's third year. You've seen it. You've seen that they were willing to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. You've seen it. You've seen where the priorities are.
Like AD says, I don't think that you're a 15th place side. That's the thing.
So okay, we finished third, we finished 8th. Are we 12th? Are we 11th? Because that's still poor. Manchester United were given 38 Premier League games just like every other team. And 5 of those positions were Champions League spots that you had to earn. Manchester United are not 6th, 7th, or 8th.
Yeah.
So we're not. So we're not 15th. That's fine. Where are we? Because wherever you put us, we are still bad.
I would like I think we mentioned before. I think you lot would be challenging Europe had you had a decent manager. Yeah, you're
for the Conference League.
I mean, no, as in Europa League. When I say Europe, I mean battling and swinging for the Europa League.
The manager that we all say is better than Amorim finished 8th last year.
No, listen, Ten Hag shouldn't have been in the job.
So we can't really say for not obviously we're speculating, but we can't really say as close to facts that we should be challenging for Europa League. I don't believe that.
I just go based on the fact.
Go on.
I just go based on the fact of like probability. Like in the last 10, 20 years, United finished X amount on average position. That's basically how I would work it out. And it's you can't fool the league. Where you finish is where you finish. But like when you're constantly a side that's in Europe, I don't know how many times you've been out of Europe in the Premier League era. I can't even imagine.
As in we started the season out of Europe.
Correct. Yeah.
I think
it's only been once. I genuinely think it's only been once.
I think Van Gaal came into a team that had just finished 7th.
Yeah.
There was no Conference League at that time, I don't believe.
No. I think that was the only time we've not been in Europe.
So even in the last 5 years, you've always been.
We always been in Europe.
That's why I would go with United are not a side. Okay, we definitely know that they're not a 15th place side, but I wouldn't say 10th or 12th because again, you guys finish in that top 8. Always.
But then Pete, this is where you get into so we can look at the stats and define where Manchester United should be statistically, yeah. But then you actually have to look at the way we actually play. I know we'll lose to Newcastle. I know we'll lose to Crystal Palace. I know we'll lose to Brentford. I know we'll lose to Bournemouth. Why? What do those teams have in common that we don't? PMP, strength, because Barclays is back, whether you like it or not. Barclays is back. And we are currently Northern Rock. Do you know what I mean? We're not serious. We're not as physical. We're not as fast. Our passing is like Manchester United as a club is a team that is like, when people call something like a pseudoscience, Like you like the idea of passing rather than the actual passing. So we have players where you look at them and you're like, oh, you think we can't see that you're trying to do crazy things, but we can see you. We can actually see you. And I think I've said this. I've also said this from like Amorim maybe second or third month. I feel like the squad is being coached. I don't think individuals are being coached. I don't think we've improved. I don't think individuals have actually improved. Ahmad is showing you what Ahmad was always on. Bruno Fernandes, you can make the argument because he's actually not doing the kamikaze thing anymore. He's actually pausing, looking for a red shirt and passing to it. I don't think individuals have improved. And so that's a coaching issue. Rasmus Højlund has scored 4 goals in, I think, 28 games. As a coach, what are you doing to arrest the situation? So these are things I look at and I'm like, I think you guys are, a lot of non-United fans look at United and say, oh, we can't be this bad. And you're right, but we are. That's the reality. We have to arrest the actual situation instead of the idea of the situation. Oh, United ain't 15th. Okay, cool. What do we do about that? Oh, coach, could you actually play to the player's strengths? No, I'm playing 3-4. If the guy decides he's not going to change, what am I going to tell him?
Are you going through on Thursday?
I'm probably more positive than not, but I don't trust Man United.
You're 3-0 up.
But I want 4. I said on the group chat, I said I want 4.
Why do you think you'll concede 3 or 4 goals at home?
We were 2-0 up at home, and we had to win, score 5.
But I think looking at how that game went, I think you lot put a dagger in Bilbao. I think the tie is over, and the fans knew that there. Even with the sending off, the head loss, and everything, the stage was too big for them. You know, at home, this is the ground where the final is. This, that, and the other. Like they completely. It was a disaster for Bilbao. It was a disaster. I
don't think that was a penalty though.
I don't.
Sorry.
Do you know what? I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree because my issue is that people. You can say if it's a red card or not, fine, but the rule was applied. Rasmus Højlund was in a goal opportunity position. Yeah, and he got pulled in the box. The guy gave him a choke and pulled it while he was pulling the shirt down and made no play to the ball. According to the rules, that's a red card. If you don't like the rule, that's where you argue. If it's I'm like, it's a foul, it's a red.
I didn't know that was the rule because I remember years ago, me and Michael, David's brother, we were having a discussion. Someone pulled Lukaku as last man, and he was through on goal, and the red card wasn't given. So I didn't know that the rule has gone back to if you're last. Because guys, we're going to see inconsistencies before the season is done.
Yeah, we'll still it. But I've got the rules right here.
They're going to say it's not a red card.
Inside the penalty area, the player that commits a goal opportunity foul and the penalty kick is awarded. If the foul involved an attempt to play the ball, it would be a yellow card. If he did not attempt to play the ball, which he didn't, it is a straight red. He did not attempt to play the ball. It's a red card. That's the rules.
Fair enough.
But unfortunately, those are the rules. We won 3-0.
I think Edin Nketiah is so crap, man. So crappy. But anyway,
you played 10 men every round.
But apparently that applies to Bilbao as well, and nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah, Bilbao had a red card again in every single knockout round, but it doesn't apply to them.
Can I say something? Can I say something? I don't care. It is what it is.
Listen, all I ask is that we get to the final and we do something. The season's been tragic.
No Madison.
Madison's just got injured as well.
Why are you not just naming Tottenham players?
What, you think Bodo Glimt's going to do a thing? I'd love that. More than you believe.
They
got the last minute goal.
I would love that.
I would love that. I would love that. They got the last minute goal, and I said,
Have you seen Bodo Glimt's home record this season? go and have a butcher's, because if there's
Really?
one team that doesn't need to go to that AstroTurf pitch, it's Tottenham Hotspur. They will not. They are going to wet that bed over there. They're going to bottle it over there. No doubt about that.
I need it, man. I need it.
I need
question,
it.
If United win the Europa League, or even Tottenham for that matter, we could throw them in this. If United or Tottenham win the Europa League, have they had a better season?
They haven't had a better season than Arsenal.
No.
Why is that?
Banter. It will be banterous, but no.
Because what is the metric for your season?
Good question.
No, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, like this cup thing has got you, man, in a doozy. Like, guys, the only context in which a man can talk about better season is in a context like if it's not your league title, of course. If you're in Arsenal's position and
you win the trophy,
like, bro, because how can you watch this team, the haram? Oh, guys, this sin is like when the ark came to the mountain and one of Noah's sons found him drunk off wine. So his dad naked on a OnlyFans team and said, nah. Man staring at his dad. What's going on? No, the sin that matches. I have seen Rasmus Højlund miss chances this season. That I said it is humanly impossible to miss this.
Yeah,
it's like my grandfather scores this goal. Like, it's humanly impossible to miss. And I'm like, I've had to watch dross. You know, like when the plumbers come in, they're changing a pipe in the toilet, and you see the stuff that comes out, and you're just like, damn. That's just like when you already talk about grime. That's it. That Dettol spray, that Mr. Like, I have seen absolute nastiness come out of Old Trafford this season. There is no way a Europa League, not even a Champions League, a Europa League makes this season any better than Arsenal's. Not even close.
You know,
and the reason I say this is this. In 2013, Wigan Athletic beat Manchester City in the FA Cup. They played European football that season for the Championship.
They did.
I'm not hearing a word about this. Do you know what I mean?
Like I said, it'll be banterous, but that's it.
The thing is, what I find astonishing, and this is another reason to my point last week, why secondary and thirdary, whatever the term is, should not exist in Europe. And men have tried to make a case for them, is that two of the worst teams in the Premier League, right? Because we don't include the bottom three. What's the point, right? The last two seasons, the bottom three have been the three that came up. So Man United and Tottenham are in the bottom three of the Premier League. Are heading to finals in the Europa frigging League. Chelsea are heading to a final in the Conference League in the season in which they finished wherever it was they finished. If the Premier League doesn't prove that football is a mockery, then I don't know. I don't know.
It's a mockery of achievement.
It's a mockery. It's an absolute mockery. And one of us has to stomach either a Tottenham or a Man United win. Jesus, I can't even do it. But in the end, like how I think you asked me last week or whatever, like, what would I rather? I think in the end, I have to just give it to United. If I'm going to support one between United or Spurs in that final, it has to be Man United. I don't think I could stomach Tottenham Hotspur winning the Europa League this season. I just don't. I don't think I could stomach it. Whereas United have won this before. Like, I've been there, seen it, whatever. You won't even have a parade for it. Do you know what I'm saying? You lot will just be like, all right, whatever, next season, let's crack on. Tottenham will have 100,000 people outside.
Robin, we haven't done parades the last 2 years, have we?
No, we literally state we only do parades for the Premier League or the Champions League.
Yeah,
that's what we do. Yeah,
like I celebrate the FA Cup on the day.
Yeah, on the day, and then we keep it separate.
Next day, you move on. And them are praying for United to win this Europa League. I mean, look, here's the thing, yeah. Like, I'm hoping Bilbao will spin this round. You know, and you guys have seen what you lot are like at home and seen what you lot have been like in the Europa League. I'm hoping Bodo Glimt do the miracle work out there in England, right, and do a thing. Because if there's a team that can literally do this, it will be Tottenham Hotspur, right? So, you know, and if it's a United Bodo Glimt final, whatever it is, fine, it is what it is. But yeah,
but listen, I've seen us lose a final 11-10 on penalties. So listen, this club.
Like, if we got to the final, is the fact that people like Ahmad are back, people like Kobe Mainoo are back. Casemiro, I think, has been an unsung hero in our Europa League run. I think he's
fantastic.
He's put the gold standards. He's running back the years on like some of these performances. And yeah, I'm just not. Like, we have to win this competition. We have to win the competition. But if we don't,
do you know what's so funny? I listened to part of the start of our first pod because I said we need to prep for the end of the season awards, which is going to be funny in general. We asked what is Man United's objective, and we all said they have to win Europa League this season. The fact that we've gone through hell, fire and brimstone, and we could still win this is crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Man United, man.
And apparently we're unbeaten. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we're unbeaten. We have not lost one game in this competition.
There you are. Let's do the other scores that took place this friggin' weekend. I barely watched any football, but as you can see there, Manchester United losing 4-3 at Brentford. Brighton won, Newcastle United won, West Ham United won, Tottenham Hotspur won.
Hit the bar. Oh my god.
Has he?
Yeah.
Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. I mean, a good result for Chelsea. And by the way,
Chelsea actually played very well. I think Liverpool might have been on the bubbly a little bit, but
they conceded 3 goals.
They all had a bit to drink there. Chelsea's shirt sponsor. Have you guys seen this?
My gosh!
Get me started.
Let's talk, because what the hell is that about? What do you mean?
4 games.
Chelsea have a shirt sponsor for 4 games. Of course. What's the story behind this? That there's been that they it's an Abu Dhabi, I think, company or some sort of
Somebody told me I thought they were American
or Dubai or something like that. I don't know. I feel like there's something about them having property in Dubai that's going to have like Chelsea kind of livery all over it. So there's going to be like this whole massive complex, like this kind of retail complex. What are they called? Damac, I think they're called.
Yeah, Damac.
They're literally gonna have all this livery all over it, and yeah, it's just a bit like, what is actually going on here? There's something obviously sus going on.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, somebody told me that that company that they've got is actually like loaded, like stupid loaded, like they got the bag. So maybe something's gone ahead with it. But I asked Oscar, I said, and I'm even looking at this game, I said, Chelsea might make it. Chelsea might make the top 4/5 with the way things are going.
Liverpool.
No, because the others around them are a bit smelly at the moment. So
this is the top 4 race. Like
it is the top 4 race.
It's not serious. That it's just not serious, man. The SW6 says Chelsea got that sponsor right in time for the Club World Cup. Adrian says Middle Eastern construction, if I speak. You know, I mean, like, yeah, it's an official property development partner of Chelsea Football Club. Yeah, and it's been a forefront of the Middle Eastern luxury real estate market. It's hilarious because Chelsea Residences by Damac, they're basically going to have their own kind of famous branding and everything woven into the complex as well as on their shirt. It's a little dodgy freebie. There's no fee involved. There's nothing. It's just
it's a bit weird.
Here's my mate and your mate. Yeah. Anyway, Chelsea winning 3-1. Aston Villa beating Fulham 1-0. Everton 2-2 with Ipswich Town. Leicester City 2-0 against Southampton. And as you saw, Arsenal losing 2-1 at home to Bournemouth. City beating Wolverhampton Wanderers on Friday, and on Tuesday, was it Thursday?
Hi.
Huh?
City got moved to, man.
Did they? I didn't watch the game. Was it
They
mainly
got
Wolves?
moved to. Yeah, Wolves should have scored at least 2.
Okay, interesting. And then Forest, who could be on the verge of losing again, lost 2-0 at home to Brentford. My God. Right. With that being said, what was your goal of the week, guys?
I didn't watch that much football, you know. The only highlights I think I watched.
I thought Garnacho's goal was good.
Garnacho's one was the one I remembered.
Yeah, Garnacho's was probably the one that stands out for me.
So SW saying Enciso. Let me go look at the.
Oh God, what was that? Leicester City at home to Southampton.
No, Brighton.
Oh, he's a Brighton. I don't know why I think Enciso keeps playing. I don't know why I keep thinking that. Is he Brighton?
Yeah, Enciso's Brighton. Yeah,
yeah, Enciso's Brighton.
I don't know why. But yeah, Nat says Lamine Yamal's goal against Inter was
darky. My gosh. Woo. The kid. Who's going to challenge him? Who is going to challenge him?
He's looking good. He's looking good. The thing is,
because we asked after Haaland and Mbappe, who's the next one? Well,
no, we can't be asking that question that soon. That's just a bit early.
No, because we asked. We said there's no age mates around these lot, and I said, well, someone got the blessing of Messi.
And then Ciso Ipswich.
I thought he was too. Ipswich. I didn't think of him as Ipswich.
Yeah, he's on loan at Ipswich. Yeah.
Oh, he's on loan at Ipswich.
Yeah.
Is he not from Brighton though?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So it's the Everton fixture. I'm gonna have a look at the goal.
Nah, he scored a banger though. Pickford's always getting buried, man. yeah. Ciso, bro. And Ciso, yeah.
Buried.
He's always getting that work, man.
Weren't Everton like 2 up in this game as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine. And then they got that work in the end.
Oh, what a goal.
Why was there so much confetti on the pitch? Does anyone know? Oh, it's a great goal.
Last home game, I think, ain't it?
I think it could be last home game. I did it.
What? They got 3 away games in a row? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, let's have a look.
It has to be Enciso's goal.
Yeah, it has to be Enciso, mate.
No, that's
he was having some. Oh my God! Yes, it is. Oh my God! Enciso, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, that Everton's. Yeah, that was Everton's last home game.
No, they got one more, I think.
One more. No, Southampton. Yeah.
Guys, I was gonna say it's game week 35. You can't have your final home game already. We still got 3 games to go. Okay, and Enciso, without a shadow of a doubt, is the goal of the week. Who's the player of the week?
Player of the week.
Yamin Lamar.
I think Lavia was
very good, very good.
I saw from the extended highlights. I think he was superb. I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard to really. I'm just looking at some of the.
I think we're all tired from this season. You know,
season was mate.
Yeah.
I was ready to sleep a long time ago, but I think I want to give it to. I mean, look, I'll probably give it to Johan Wissa. The thing is, yeah, them men have got. You know, Wissa and Mbeumo have 18 Premier League goals each.
Is it? So Wissa's caught up then because he was on 15 for a minute.
Bro, they're 18 each at Brentford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's too bad. They keep conceding too many goals. They lose.
They concede a lot of goals. Yeah, they concede a lot of goals.
We scored 3 against them.
You know.
Yeah,
See,
that's yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. You need these two output to challenge for the league.
Challenge.
I'm taking Mbeumo in the hottest of beats.
I thought that would be Liverpool's replacement. As soon as Salah was on the way. As soon as Salah was on the way off. Sharda has 10 as well. Brentford have scored 64 goals. It's 62 goals.
Wow.
That's really good.
Wow.
Yeah, and they lost Tony. Do you know what I mean? SW6
Yeah.
South Africa looks like we saw.
Oh my.
That's mad. That's mad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Gary Neville, man, you need to freaking calm down. Palmer didn't do anything that was so out of the extraordinary. It was weird. His commentary on Palmer was weird. It was just weird.
He's had a weird
It's
season.
not weird, Peter. He's white.
Fair
It's
enough.
not weird. He's white.
Hey yo.
Fair enough.
Hey, yo.
Endo says Palmer's
Hey, yo.
player of the week. I'm struggling, guys. I'm really struggling.
No one gets it this week, bruv. If there's nobody,
We don't have to give it to people. It's not by force.
Is
I
it not
told you,
by
I said-
force?
no, it's not bad.
Because I said if you asked me the whole week, the only person that made me said wow was Jameen Lamal. But we're not doing Champions League. So
Do you know who was brilliant in the Arsenal game? I will say is Dean Howson. He was solid.
you can even give it to Denzel. You can even give it to Denzel Dumfries. Man scored a bicycle kick in the 30th minute.
He got to be player of the week for that, though. Surely he's side conceded
He
3
scored
goals.
2 goals. He scored two goals against Barcelona.
Listen, it's the Trent debate we have all the time. His first line of the pitch is defending. He conceded 3 goals.
So did Barca.
You were saying Lavia, saying that Lavia was brilliant.
yeah,
We'll leave it.
We'll
Comment below, guys. Let's vote quickly. How could I think Howson's going to the top. £50 million release clause fee. I'm not going to lie, Mikel, get in that queue because he's good. The kid's good.
Yeah,
And-
but
and
your yard is full, man.
our yard is full, but it doesn't mean we won't buy another defender. Let's have it right.
Oh, I mean, your manager has a sexual fetish for them. I don't get it.
He has a knack for it for sure.
Like,
Yo.
David, another defender's crazy. Another defender is crazy. If Arsenal's had another defender this year, even another one? Are you DJ Khaled? What's going on? Nah.
Listen, the kid's Spanish as well. £50 million release clause.
Come on.
I'm telling you, mate. Juventus dropped the ball on that one. I don't know what they were thinking doing that. Get some proper money off the player, if anything. Okay, we'll just move it along. We'll move it along. Team of the week.
Bournemouth, Brentford, Chelsea.
Yeah, that's a good 3. That's a good 3. I'll probably go.
I say Bournemouth.
They did the double over the Arsenal, innit?
They have done the double over the Arsenal.
I think I'll go Brentford because of the win that they put against Forest as well in midweek. They beat Forest away 2-0. That City ground is a horrible stadium to go to. Horrible.
All right, we can give it to Bournemouth, innit?
Brentford, sorry.
Brentford. Yeah, Brentford. My bad.
And then they scored. And you know what? 4-3 looks like a close game. It was 4-1 and the game was finished. You know what I'm saying? I feel like United got them goals at the end. Yeah, all right.
And the last 2 goals we scored were like bangers.
They were bangers.
So it's not something you can kind of like account for, because a banger doesn't mean like nobody scores 4 bangers as equalizers. That's the work you're waiting to go with. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. It's like when City beat us 6-3, but it was like 4-0 the first half. It's like, yeah, I'm with you.
Exactly. Who's not that guy this week?
Wow. There's what happened this week?
Mikel.
Besides what happened today.
I was gonna say Mikel.
Yeah.
Mikel.
I was actually gonna say him because he got schooled on Tuesday. He put the first team out on Saturday, got beat. And I have a feeling the way our behavior changed between the first half of the Bournemouth game and the second half is it was down to him, in all honesty. Hall of Fame inductee. I know some people have. There's a
certain gentleman in the White House, isn't it? You can get it.
Hey, but no, it's a video went out today for a certain player that plays for Inter Milan. It's a bit of a.
You Syria man, them can run this, mate.
Guys, he called the girl from America.
No, the video is damning. The video is quite damning. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Oh no, listen. For me, this is what happens, and I'm not taking anyone's side. But you see when you open the door to lust, like even if you're right, even if she's faffing, yeah, the fact that you've entertained such, this is what happens, man. This is the same advice that Monique said to Shannon Sharp. Yeah, Shay, get yourself a big one. Yeah. She got cooking some okras. She got cooking some gumbo. Know what I mean? Marcus Thuram, your dad didn't have no howlers. Your little brother has no howlers, my brother. You need to get yourself a nice Burkina you know, a nice Ivorian girl. Do your thing, bro. You get me? Go home. Let's see she cook some intaba. You get me? Some you get me? What did everybody eat again? Like pondu, all of that. Brother, go and get yourself a big batty girl from there. Bring her to Milan. Show her Brioni. Show her that Ferragamo. You get me? Show her that carbonara. You get me? Show her all of that. Instead of dealing with these IG models, bro. This is what happens.
Hey, what? Baraka's saying Inter have done prop since then. I need to see this.
They have. Of course they have. Of course they have. Like this is what happens, man. These young boys have money and they just start calling girls. She
flew from America. Had to go to Amsterdam first before getting to Germany. Yeah, it's long.
It's long for you, bro. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Peak, man.
So he's not that guy?
Of course.
It's allegation, but yeah, it's mad.
AD's got a good one as well. Where was it? He says, no. First of all, he's saying that we should leave this topic first and foremost. He says, before not that guy, watch Minter's celebration. Did anybody see this?
What did he do?
So he scored against his former club, Newcastle United.
Uh-huh.
In which
he only scores against them, innit?
Yeah, in which Newcastle collected 35 million quid for him. He went when he scored the goal. He scored it in the Newcastle end. He's gone over to all of them like this, and he's put praying hands in front of them. And I don't know if it was Van Hecker or someone like that. He's sort of pulling him like, "What are you doing? Like, freaking get on and celebrate your goal, and let's get on with the game." He's there praying to the fans, like he says, "All of you guys, like this." Hilarious scenes. Hilarious scenes. Oh my god, he's one idiot. My days. But yeah, shout out to Marcus Thuram, shout out to Minter, shout out to Mikel Arteta. I think those are your three.
Yeah, man.
I don't think we should be shouting out the first guy, but
hey, you know what?
You know what I mean?
My one would have been Ish from the Joe Budden podcast.
What's he done?
What's he
clown?
What did he do?
Clown.
Ish
is a clown.
Is it?
Ish is. I think one thing I despise in this life is when people think they're smarter than they are. It absolutely annoys me. Like I like when men tell me they don't know because they actually don't know. You know, he still believes the earth is flat.
Fair.
That's not fair. No, please stop that. That's not fair. That's what I'm saying. This is people like Peter. Yeah? He's about to tell you Santa Claus exists for like the first 10 years.
Yeah.
I'll be the bad people to say, nah, it does me a bit crazy, Steve. You get me? Like, no, you can't stop coddling people. The earth is round.
You have to be a real parent from day one.
Oh, bro. Like, come on. I saw a mum on Instagram today telling her 3-year-old about consent. Like, yes, teach your kids early. You know what I mean? Teach your kids early. But anyway, yeah, I'll send you a lot of clips so you understand. But the pride will not allow him to say, yeah, I'm moving a bit mad, Steve. You get
or
me?
that
So
I'm wrong or something like that.
it's
Yeah.
mad. It's just mad. It's mad.
Oh well. Well, guys, that I said I believe the Earth was flat too. To be fair, because why aren't we walking sideways?
Endo, you smoke too much, man.
I love that. I love that. I love that. We're going to end it on that comment right there. Guys, welcome. Thank you for joining us on the Top 4 podcast. We'll be back next week. Hope you guys have had a great bank holiday weekend.
We will know who's in. We will know who's in the respective European finals. Who's going to Munich? Who's going to Bilbao?
Yeah.
And wherever the Conference League is, because I don't know where that is. So
it's in Poland. You go have a look at that stadium. Stadium looks tremendous, though. But yeah, shout out to the crew that have locked on. Make sure you smash a like on the video as well, and we'll be back next Monday. Until then, we are out. Peace.
Peace.